is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Clint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show, broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Here's Jason Walker.
Hey, what up? Happy Wednesday. Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it's your vehicle, it is your choice. Where you have it repaired, choose Capital Collision Center. Coming up today in the Major Mortgage Man Cave, we're going to talk with Alex Eschelman. That's what she said. Get her thoughts on the quarterfinal loss for the Grizz and the Cats semifinal game coming up Saturday. Also, early signing period today, as well as the Cats and the Grizz and other teams signing players. And Ben Dudek will join us, Helena High girls coach. We were going to talk with Brian Buschini, and that is not going to happen now. We'll tell you why here in a second. But you can watch the show on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, and as always, our Twitter handle, @JWalkerSports. If you'd like to weigh in on anything, our phone number, 406-209-1267, and the email, jason@jasonwalkershow.com. All right. The opening segment of the Jason Walker Show is brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry. You can have your own plans, or you can look through their 15-plus offerings. Under Milled Log Homes, they'll create the perfect log or timber frame home of your dreams. Over 50 years of experience, the finest craftsmen available in Montana. They'll build you a house crafted to last for generations. These are true log homes, not like some log-sided stick frame homes you sometimes see. Make sure you go check out yourcustomlog.com to get started today. So as we get started today, we talked a little bit. So Monday, Brian Buschini named from Capital, and Montana Grizzly freshman named the FCS Punter of the Year. I mean, the dude was amazing. Flipping the field with 50-plus yard bombs. Just a great punter. And then Monday he announced that he was entering the transfer portal, NCAA transfer portal. And so we reached out. He said he was going to come on today, and then he tweeted me today and said, I appreciate the offer, but I've decided to stay away from media for a while. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I was like, hey, that's cool. I don't know if anybody saw the tweet that has since been deleted from Buschini. There was a Skyline Sports on the Twitter had a thread. Another person on Twitter said basically that Nebraska started talking to Brian about entering the transfer portal a while ago. This is not how things should work. Remember, Samare Toure went from the Grizz to Nebraska. developed two studs for them now. Buschini then tweeted, did not develop me. My good friends at One-on-One Kicking did. My time at was nothing any kid would dream of, so don't be mistaken. If people treated people better, maybe I would have wanted to stay, which is very interesting. And he since deleted it. This was yesterday. And Buschini then deleted that tweet. And then I'm hearing from a really, really close source to the situation that basically said there was a banker in Nebraska that created a name, image, and likeness and offered an NIL to Buschini. Scott Frost, the coach down at Nebraska in the FCS, or targets FCS prospects, and then basically business owners do the rest of the work. So apparently this deal to Nebraska was made a while ago. And Buschini's headed to Nebraska. I said, he's still going. He said he's 100% committed. So there is there's some stuff going on. Apparently Nebraska was trying to get Isaiah Ifanse as well. So something to keep an eye on. And now I'm seeing on social media that this isn't we're not making stuff up here. Jimbo Fisher, Texas A&M coach, said there's always been NIL stuff going on. It just wasn't legal. We all knew that there was a lot of pay for play, basically. Dabo Sweeney of Clemson is not liking this. He's basically calling, his quote to 24/7 Sports said, "It's chaos right now, tampering galore, adults manipulating young men. Education is like the last thing now." And it appears that Deion Sanders, who was named the FCS Coach of the Year at Jackson State, got the #1 overall recruit in the country to flip to Jackson State, Travis Hunter. Hunter's got a deal with Barstool Sports, an NIL. Well, Deion Sanders used to work at Barstool, and Amy Dash, who's a lawyer at Amy Dash TV on the Twitter, basically is saying, or asking the question, did Barstool Sports and Deion Sanders violate name, image, and likeness law when Travis Hunter flipped to Jackson State? Some asking if Sanders' job at Barstool and its rumored deal with Hunter was a factor. Neither Sanders nor Jackson State nor Barstool is allowed to offer Barstool deal to Hunter in order to get him to commit to Jackson. However, if he was offered the deal for other reasons, if offered after committing, then it could be fine. But, and sounds like a lot of what's going on maybe at Nebraska with Brian Buschini and who knows others, but there are rules that you have to follow with the name, image, and likeness. And this is going to blow up. I really believe so. This is going to be a big, big story across the country. This name, image, and likeness. And this is a big deal, like I said. And I think the NIL certain states started early, and there's not cohesiveness across all states and everything with the NILs. I'm not opposed to the name, image, and likeness at all. I think it's fine. But man, oh man, if there's backdoor deals going on during football season, like basically these kids are getting recruited from another school while still at their previous school in the middle of the season. So, like I said, keep an eye on the name, image, and likeness across the country. Dabo Sweeney said it best. There's tampering. It's a definition of tampering. You see NBA coaches get fined all the time for talking or for tampering. NFL. Just for saying, oh, yeah, we'd love to have that guy on our team. Well, they get $25,000 fines or more. And we're seeing this now in college football because of the NIL. It was rolled out, in my opinion, a little too quick. And I think there are going to be some lawsuits. I think there's going to be a whole lot of stuff coming out in the next year. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Let's see what else is going on that we wanted to mention. There was wrestling last night, high school, and some pretty good ones as well. Capital and Helena High went at it in a crosstown duel, and Capital comes away the winner in Helena. Let's see here. There was good wrestling down in Billings. The senior held off West. Basketball last night, some good stuff. As always, a Tuesday night. And these early games, and I'm not a Tuesday night fan anyway, but these early games, Tavius Randall had 29 as Belgrade knocked off Big Sky in boys action. And Trey Reed had 15 for Big Sky, but Tavius Randall, 29 for the Panthers. That's pretty awesome. Good job. Let's see. What else happened last night that was good? Lots of good scores. Damon Grovant, Lodgegrass, 44. Huntley Projects, Paige Loffing had 31. Quinn Gillespie of Bridger had 30 last night. Jordan Jefferson of Lodgegrass, along with Damon Grovant, his 40, but Jordan Jefferson had 23 for Lodgegrass. Gavin Bates, Eureka with 29. So fun, right? We love it. It's a good time. All right, so they got rankings out, the first high school rankings of the year, 406mtsports.com. And Billings West sits on top of the boys AA, Bozeman, Great Falls High, Senior, and Hellgate, your top 5. In Class A, it's Billings Central, Lewistown, Hardin, Butte Central, Glendive. Class B, Lodgegrass, Three Forks, Lame Deer, Fairfield, Wolf Point, followed by Colstrip, Manhattan, Columbus, Townsend, and Thompson Falls. In Class C, boys, Manhattan Christian on top, Floyd Lake 2, Bridger 3, Belt 4, Fairview's 5th, and then Broadus, Sims, Drummond, Phillipsburg, and Luster Christian. Girls, Class AA, West, Capital, Hellgate, Skyview, Flathead, 1 through 5. Class A, it's Hardin, Billings Central, Havre, Columbia Falls, and Dillon. Class B, Jefferson on top, followed by Colstrip, Big Timber, Malta, Thompson Falls. And then Class C, top 5, Manhattan Christian, Belt, Roy Winifred, Phillipsburg, and Saco, Whitewater, Hinsdale. So your first poll of the year is out. There were some NAIA rankings we'll talk about maybe a little bit later on, or for sure a little bit later on today. But when we return, we'll take a break. And we're going to chat with Alex Eschelman. That's what she said. It is a Wednesday, and she's going to have some thoughts on early signing day, but the Grizz loss, and more importantly, the Bobcats playing in the semifinals on Saturday, the only team remaining in the state of Montana playing football this late in the season. Some Troy Anderson news coming up a little bit later on as well, and also Ben Dudek, Helena High girls coach, will join us. Jason Walker Show. This opening segment brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes. Check them out at Montana Custom Logs, yourcustomlog.com. Project management services, largest home to date, 30,000 square foot under roof. Family owned and operated, also veteran owned and operated. And we appreciate Montana Custom Log Homes. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Jason Walker Show. Alex Eschelman talking football next. We are presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle, and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show. We are in the Major Mortgage Man Cave, and we are presented by Capital Collision Center. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. On the way, Ben Dudek, Helena High coach, girls coach, also on this day in history, and some Troy Anderson news as well. So, in fact, I think we'll just do the Troy Anderson news. Let me turn this down now. Music. Here we go. All right. We got her back. We got her back on the camera. Yes! It is Alex Eschelman. How are you, my friend?
Woo! I'm doing great. How are you?
I am good. Hey, early signing day today. You were busy. Tell me real quick just about early signing day.
Oh, I'm still busy. I'm putting everything together for our late night shows, but it was fantastic. It was so fun. I went to Gallatin High School to go to their signing day. Bozeman High School still wrapping some of their signees up, so that will be a to-be-continued situation. But we'll be there just the same as we were for Gallatin today, and it was awesome. We got to see Ryland Schlepp, Jake Vegan signed to go play for Montana State football. Then you got Tyler Nansel going to Drake, and then McKinley Nafziger. That is a mouthful of a last name, but I think I got it right. Yep. She's going to play soccer at Carroll, so very exciting stuff. And then Coach Vegan gave us a full breakdown. We had a packet with detailed bullet points and descriptions on every single recruit, 16 total, 12 Montanans and counting. So it was a really fun day.
Well, I think the Grizz signed 12, and 10 were from the state of Montana. So there's some really good football players in the state of Montana that just signed early today. Are you a fan of early signing day?
That's a good question, because obviously I'm not the one having to go through the whole process of recruiting and locking in those early signees and commits. But, we listened to Coach Vegan talk about it today. And as I'm learning more and more about it, I do think that there is a reason for it. I don't think it's with bad intention, as Coach Vegan said in his. He was actually asked this exact same question. And he said, it's definitely with good intention. However, it comes with some major complications. And I do think that it's a work in progress figuring out this early signing period. And Coach Vegan also pointed this out, and I'm going to go with what he says because he's way more of an expert on this stuff than I am. He said, likely this early signing period isn't going to go away. What we need to work on is how it's just going to be easier and better for the players as well as the coaches. Sure. In terms of, it can just be complicated. I mean, they're in the height of their season right now. They're about to go play in semifinals at home this Saturday. So I can imagine a lot to juggle at this point for both the players and the coaches.
Well, and Justin Green said, too, in the press conference up in Missoula that, aside from recruiting all the high school kids across the country,
right,
there's 6,000 kids in the transfer portal. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something. There are a lot of layers to it, and I think that it's just going to be a work in progress, that's for sure. But college football is what it is for a reason. People love it. Mm-hmm. It's a big-time business, and that's not going downhill by any means.
Nope, you're absolutely right. As we talked to Alex Eschelman, ABC Fox Montana sports reporter. All right, so Grizz lose on Friday night, injuries and officiating the reason, according to Twitter. But they played a really good football team in James Madison, who now plays at NDSU. But a good season for the Grizz that came to an end before they wanted it to, but they're making steps in the right direction.
Definitely, Jason, definitely. And I was talking with Sean Rainey about this at the start of the week, and he mentioned, he's like, it was just a bummer. The injury bug kind of got to him in that game, but they beat the Cats. I mean, I hate to say it, but for them, they did end on a strong note. Obviously, they did end up taking a beating by the end of that game to James Madison. However, I do think that they did have a great season, and I think that they overcame a lot of doubt. Yep. I think that they were playing their best football towards the end of the season. I think that injuries are tough because everyone's injured at this point, whether it's, regardless of how many players, everyone is feeling physically and mentally not down, but I mean, it's a long season. These guys have been going at it since August. Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is, but I'm very happy, on the other hand, for the Cats that their season is still alive.
Well, and that's where we were headed next with Alex Eschelman. You were down in Huntsville. What was that like? Because I'm sitting in Billings broadcasting basketball on SWX, and I see 7-0. I'm like, all right, first possession, they went down, scored, that's cool. And then a minute later, it's 14-0, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, it's 28-0. I'm going, what the heck is going on down there? What was it like for you?
It was awesome. It was arguably my favorite game of the entire season. First and foremost, the Bobcat fan base have traveled well from start to finish so far, and obviously the season's not over, but from that last game in Sam Houston, all of these away stadiums, I mean, they are packed with Bobcat fans. Mm-hmm. I would probably say that there's always a little more of a home field advantage, but not by much, And Montanans get loud. And I don't care if it's a Montana State football game or if it's a Bozeman Hawk volleyball game. They pack the stands no matter what sport. It's awesome. I love it. It's one of the many things I love about the state. But I was up in the press box. I was sitting there with Zach Mackey and Mikey Ryder calling the game in the background, trying to be as quiet as possible because the press box was actually full. And so I was trying to find a place to sit and type and do my web article. And when it got to 28-0, so I'm sitting in the press box, the right of me is all the coaches, and there's a glass wall, right? Mm-hmm. So you can see them calling the plays and their reactions to everything. And then on the other side, it's the rest of the press. And when they got up 28-0, the right side with the coaches were going nuts, and the left side, the media was like, okay, this is interesting. Montana State is crushing the #1 seed. So it was awesome. It was awesome. And it was so, after all that team, Montana State has been through the past couple of weeks with Matthew McCann entering the transfer portal and then losing to the Grizz a few weeks ago. Like, there were a lot of just a wide range of emotions in the past few weeks of their season. But this game, I really feel like whatever juice that they had going, it was good. And they are playing their best football right now. That's how it feels.
Well, and that's how that's the way you want it. Speaking of injuries and overcoming, Chase Benson goes out in the first half. Ty Okada goes out in the first half. They're in street clothes for the second half. Troy Anderson's beat up as he always is because he's everywhere on the field. But the Cats were able to overcome and adapt and get that victory. But now it looks like Chase may not play. It looks like Ty may not play. Troy's going to play, but on Saturday afternoon, Isaiah Fonse, I'm hearing, maybe is out. What's the story?
That was asked in the press conference today between Chase, Ty, and Troy, and coach's response was that is still a work in progress. That is a day-to-day situation. So, i.e., no information there. We didn't get any information. And expected. I mean, I wasn't expecting a detailed injury update from him today by any means. But that's a wait and see. I think your guess is as good as mine, Jason. I'm not 100% sure, but like I said, at this point, everybody is playing somewhat injured.
Yep. Oh,
it's just
for sure.
the way that it is, and you got to push past it. And these guys are so mentally tough. It's going to be interesting to see who is in and who is out. But the guys that are out on Saturday, whoever it may be, they're out for a good reason. These guys are really, really tough. And so it'll be interesting.
TJ Session maybe back though. That's a big deal. Although Rush Reimers played really, really nicely, honestly, in the playoffs.
Totally. And Daniel Hardy made a good comment. And I want to say his last press conference in the postgame presser, or maybe the week before that, I don't know, but he said a lot of people think our second string guys and our third string guys are second and third string, but no, they're starters. Like, they take just as many reps. They do the same amount of work that we all do. And we have a lot of depth on our team. So we have all the confidence in the world that our second and third string guys can go in there and produce just as much as we can. So if they have that type of confidence, I wouldn't say they're terribly worried about it.
All right, what is the coaching staff saying about how to shut down South Dakota State? Because they've got a very potent run game just like MSU. They've got an actual statistically better ranked defense than the Bobcats too. So this isn't going to be a cakewalk on Saturday afternoon. What are the coaches saying?
Coaches are saying two groups, like you just said. The running backs are a big deal, with Strong being that star guy. And then defensively, the linebackers are very, very talented, and just have that defensive mindset, very aggressive, know how to disrupt the pocket. And I think that they know the task that's at hand, especially because South Dakota State has made it to semifinals 4 out of the last 5 years. So if you think Montana State is going into this one wanting it badly, South Dakota State is wanting it just as badly. So I do think that, and Coach Vegan made a good point to this, and he said, the types of environments that they've been playing in, and he didn't say this word for word, but he said that Montana State's atmosphere is double that, is way more loud, way more aggressive, a lot more people. The last game that they played in, it was like 3,500 fans. So when you have a sold out crowd that sold out in like 10 minutes a couple days ago, even the standing room seats, like 20,000+ people, with big time Bobcat alum coming back. I think he's super big time because I'm biased and I grew up with him, but Kevin Cassis is going to be back. So I'm super excited about that. But when you've got a crowd like Bobcat Stadium, and I mean, it's just hard to compare. And I do think that the 12th man's going to play a big role.
Well, we saw it in Missoula, and we see it all the time in Missoula at Washington Grizzly, because that crowd gets loud, and it caused, 2 false starts on the Cats on the drive they should have scored a touchdown on. Right. Which maybe changed the landscape of the whole game. You never know. But, like you said, I saw the Twitter from South Dakota State, was it last night in practice, trying to,
pump in
crowd noise and all that. And it's like, man, I think I have a feeling Bobcat Stadium is going to be a heck of a lot louder than that on Saturday. And Twitter's blowing up on my side. It's like, that's comical. We're going to be really, really loud down there in Bozeman. And it's sold out. I mean, like you said, people are excited. And for the first time since 1984, Cats home semifinal game this late in December. It's
so exciting and it's so special. And I don't want to look too far ahead. For these guys. But, Jason, how fitting would it be, just from a journalistic perspective, for Montana State, North Dakota State to be in the championship? Coach Vegan, in his first year of being a head coach, starts his year, his first ever time being a head coach at a football game against the team he's just coming from being an OC at, and ends his year at the championship with where he graduated and started his coaching career. Like, that is the perfect that's the reporter's dream for a storyline.
Yeah, but every reporter's writing that.
That happens.
Well, let's get through Saturday first.
I know.
I know friends that have bought tickets already for Frisco for January, that first weekend. I haven't yet, but my wife says I can go if they win on Saturday. So I'm obviously my uncle lives down there. I could see family, like, and he's a Grizz fan too. So it'd be even better to stay with him while the Cats are playing in the title. But let's get past this week. They have to get past a very good South Dakota State team.
That's not them. That's not come from them.
No. That's all on media. That's what we do.
The football team has been from the start, one game at a time. So that's how they're approaching this week. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Alex Eschelman joining us. That's what she said. Brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. All right. So Tommy Mellott, 7 total touchdowns, I think, in the last 2 games, and there was a great stat from Tom Stuber from Skyline Sports, and it was in MSU's 15 playoff victories, 5 of them have been won by guys from Butte. 1976, was it Pat Dennehy went 3-0 in a championship season, and Tommy Mellott's now 2-0. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty. Tommy's playing well, and they threw the ball. But will wind be a factor on this Saturday?
Good question. And my lovely news reporter, Madison Atkinson, for our Bozeman, Gallatin Valley area, is doing a whole story on the weather on Saturday and what to prepare for, how the athletic department kind of prepares for winter storms, winter weather. I don't think the weather is going to play a very big factor. I think that, it's Montanans and South Dakotans, Jason. Come on.
No, I know.
People know what bad weather is. I don't think it's really going to matter if it's windy, not windy, snowing, not snowing, below 0, 100 degrees. It's just, people are going to be there no matter what. That's another reason why Montanans are the greatest. And so I think, and if it's windy, that can only benefit Tommy Mellott and Isaiah Fonse and the run game. That'll probably only benefit South Dakota State as well, because they're very similar on both sides of the ball.
It's Paul Dennehy, by the way. I mispronounced, or got the first name wrong, but Paul Dennehy from Butte in 1976.
Okay.
So anyway,
that sounds great.
Yes, it's going to be not as warm, but I'm looking forward to it. My son's home from the Army. He'll be at the game with me. I'm bringing him in. Bill Lamberty got him an extra pass, so that was cool. So I'll bring him up to the press box.
Well, I think I'll be down on the field this time around.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll have a press box seat this time. I got lucky last time, so we'll see what happens. But
I know we have to keep the sidelines kind of clear, so we'll see where we all hang. But he'll say hi. Well, I'll bring him by to say hi.
Love it.
Okay.
I can't wait to meet him and tell him thank you for serving.
Well, thank you. All right. So any other – you bring up Isaiah, and I kind of skipped around it. I heard he's not going to play.
I have not heard that yet. So,
okay.
And I trust your sources. So,
yeah, but you're there.
I think since the Grizz game, it's been I don't think we've ever gotten a full report on how Isaiah is feeling up to this point, especially because the Grizz game was only a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't surprise me if he's not 100% right now.
Well, nobody is 100%, but he looked good on his 42-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, and he also broke the single-season rushing record, and he's only a junior.
Right.
Insane.
And I think it's awesome, but he's had a couple of playoff games to do it. Ryan Johnson didn't do it in the playoffs. His single season was right there. Like it was a season, but it's still awesome for Isaiah. I'm very happy for him.
And like I said, only a junior.
I know.
In fact, I mean, you're right. He's been blessed with good seasons as well, but to have a few more games. But
I hope he stays. I hope he stays his senior year.
Oh, I think you will.
I hope he stays.
I think you will. Don't put that into the universe, Jason. Don't put that into the universe. He's insane.
It's all this new NIL stuff that I'm hearing about and getting text about from people that Nebraska may be doing some bad things. So
interesting. Wow.
Yeah. Well, including
Nebraska. Yeah, that's a whole other sitch. So
yeah. I thought Scott Frost was the man. Anyway. So we got NIL or recruiting. Yeah, early recruiting. Is there basketball? You didn't cover any high school basketball because you were gone. So.
Didn't cover any high school basketball, but we do have some basketball starting up in the Gallatin Valley this week. Very exciting. It is hard, I will say, to juggle all of it right now. Semifinals is number one priority right now. However, once this wraps up, it is full-on basketball, wrestling, you name it, skiing, snowboarding, the whole 9 yards.
Well,
I'm excited for winter sports season.
See, I'm not. Well, I like winter sports. I just don't like being out in the winter. But these are non-conference games. These are early preseason games.
You
December.
live in Montana, then, Jason.
I've never liked Montana or winter in Montana. I love Montana, but the snow is pretty. But
Do you ski?
I don't anymore. I used to.
That's a bummer.
See, my wife skis, and she's like, "You have to come skiing because she picked up golf." And I'm like, "My sport's safer. I can drink on the golf course and feel pretty good about it. Sodas because that's what I'm talking about.
Right, exactly.
Water.
Exactly.
I'm not going to hit my head on a tree like Sonny Bono when he was skiing. So it's a little bit safer of a sport is golf.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but I
know, but it can be fun. Skiing. We're going to get the little one into it this year.
Good.
So
you can also go snowshoeing. You can also go ice climbing. You can also go snowmobiling. You can go tubing down a snowy hill.
Well, that's fun. Yes, but the last time I did that, I actually broke a bone in my leg because we didn't see a rock that was there. So
you were drinking too much of that Coca-Cola.
No, I was.
Too much of that Coca-Cola.
I was completely no. All right, so no Bobcat Insider, but you've got a semifinal game to prepare for. So I'm sure every story for you is all about the Cats right now.
Yes. Yep. Every story, and just lucky that we've made it to this point, and it's pretty incredible.
It is.
You couldn't ask for anything better, especially because I was thinking back to this time last year. And I was doing a story, and I don't know if you remember this, but on a kid named the Mop, who was a part of the first ever Barstool Gaming Championship.
Trevor Funseth, he was on my show a few times.
Trevor Funseth, yes.
Yep.
He is hysterical and a genius, and thinking back to how much it has changed in a year is really quite astonishing. So I'm couldn't be more thankful to be sitting here talking about a semifinal playoff football game for Montana State football when I look back to last year. Not that I didn't love doing my Mop story because that was awesome.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have kind of everything come to fruition and have one of the best football seasons that Montana State has had this past year.
Montana State, and because of the Mop, won a national championship last year. So
yep.
I'm just saying it could happen.
Right. We could be back-to-back champs just in two different sports.
Two different kind of gamings. All right, couple of final quick things. I told you last week I found a couple of pictures. I don't think you can see them, but I'm throwing them up. This is Alex Eschelman.
Okay, that's a good one.
Okay, so you can see that? Okay.
Yep, I approve of that one.
And then there's this one.
Senior year headshot. That was my junior year headshot.
Okay. All right.
I miss how tan I was there. Kenny Chesney just came out with the song. It was like, I want a tan for Christmas or something. I was like, you and me both, Kenny. You and me both.
There you go. So those, see, I wasn't going to embarrass you. It was just a couple
I'm fine with being embarrassed. It happens to me all the time by my friends, but I will say you did pick some good pictures, so thank you.
You're welcome. And then finally, talk to your boy Zach, because him and I are up against each other for the National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year. So we are the 2 finalists this year, and
wait, Zach Mackey and you?
Yes, we are the finalists.
Award?
What's that? That's the National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting! I didn't know that.
My trophies are up here. I've won 2. They're here. Let me go to. Can I go to this camera? They're right here. These 2.
And is this something you apply for? Is this
no? It's a pure voted award. So this is my 7th time being a finalist. I've only won it twice, but this is Zach's first time being a finalist.
Oh my gosh! Well, congratulations to you both, and it's going to be a win-win because I love you both, and I'm very, very excited for you.
Thank you.
So exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you. You know what's even better is we're the finalists, and Riley Corcoran, who's won the last 3, is not, for the voice of the Grizz. So we finally got back Bobcats.
I love Riley too. So
I know.
He has enough awards to go around.
Exactly. He's got 3 of these.
Fantastic. Yeah. No. He's taught me so much.
And he's engaged.
Yeah.
So
that's wonderful. Well, when do we know the results?
First week of January. So maybe when we're all in Texas, one of us, will be happier than the other.
Well, you know what? There's nothing to be sad about if you don't win. The fact that you're a finalist says enough, and that's really, really exciting. So congratulations.
Thanks. Well, I'm like the New York Mets. I've won 2, lost 3 World Series, I think. So, yeah, that's essentially how I look at it. Dean Alexander, who former Bobcat announcer for a long time, he won a bunch as well. So he was my idol. But yeah,
he has a whole plaque up on the 5th floor. So
have you met Dean? He's there every game.
No, I've never met Dean. No, and it's
goodness.
Actually shocking that I haven't. I feel like I should know everybody at this point.
When the Cats win Saturday, you'll have to get Dean on because he called the '84 championship. So.
Okay. I'll talk to him. I'll make sure to introduce myself.
All right. Hey, good work. Keep it up, and we'll see you Saturday down in Bozeman, but get working on that recruiting package.
Thank you, Jason. Always a pleasure to be on your show. Good luck. I hope you get the award. I hope Zach, that's a torn situation for me. I love you both, but very happy for you both. Thanks. And we'll talk next week.
Sounds good. Well, I'll see you Saturday. So.
Yes, see you Saturday.
All right, that is Alex Eschelman joining us here. Jason Walker Show is That's What She Said, brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. She's so good. She is the best at breaking down sports from a women's perspective. So I appreciate her each and every Wednesday, and we're going to continue through the season. So winter sports and fall or spring and all that. Anyway, all right, quick break. We'll come back. There is high school basketball to talk about. Ben Dudek will join us next. The Helena High girls coach coming up. Hang on.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Everyone knows about Dinner's Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinner's Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinner's Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklaroephotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklaroephotography.com. Fall is officially here, and now is the perfect time to get your rig tuned up before the big hunt. That means a lift kit from Auto Concepts. An Auto Concepts lift kit will help take you places only the animals can go. And when you do get that big one, make sure you have help to get it home with a winch to pull it out. Or maybe you'll be a good friend and help pull someone out of the snowbank. Check out AutoConceptsHelena.com for more ideas. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show. Final segment on a Wednesday. On this day in history still to come, the walk-off and more. Tomorrow, Ty Ridgway, Teddy Vogel. We'll talk East Helena boys basketball and Chase Hawks rodeo, respectively. There is high school basketball coming up this weekend, and the Helena High girls are in action as they head onto the road to take on Senior and West. And to talk about his team is the head coach. His name is Ben Dudek, and he joins us now here on the Jason Walker Show. Well, Coach, I appreciate you joining us. It's basketball season, and I know for a guy like you, that means it's the best time of the year. Am I right?
Oh yeah, for sure. You got starts in, November with all those college tournaments that are going on near Thanksgiving time, and then it just kind of rolls into the season. So it's been exciting. It's been exciting to have things kind of back to somewhat normal, and I'm very excited for the remainder of the season.
How back to normal was it Friday night with fans in the stands, and not just a couple of parents or whatnot, but students and everybody being able to attend?
Yeah, I mean, it was. I know it sounds like a simplistic thing, but last year, we didn't even have the lower bleachers down, in most of these games that we were playing. So just to have those bleachers down, kind of sets up, a little bit different of a court for you. And, and people close to court cheering on. It was definitely a different atmosphere. Definitely had to have some different cadences on communication, right? Because the gym's a little bit louder than it was last year, but it was exciting.
And you get the win, which is always fun too, right?
Yeah.
Lost you there for a second, but
no problem.
Yeah, you get the 8-point win. Logan Todorovich leading the way for you guys, and a low-scoring affair in game number 1. But I guess that can be expected a little bit with the way that the season was. Only 10 practices because of moving it back a week. So, or is that just the style of play we'll see from the Bengals this rest of the year?
Well, I hope we scored more than 32 points this year. I think we missed. We didn't execute the way that we necessarily wanted to execute out of our transitional sets. There's definitely things that we have to clean up. I think that's kind of expected for early in the year, but we also didn't finish some really good opportunities that we had. But on the same token, I was really proud of our girls, not only the ones that were on the floor, but also the ones that were on the bench staying engaged. And, they ran a high pick and roll for Burkhart, and we defended that well all night, held her to 6 points, held Emily Williams to no points. So, we followed our game plan defensively about as well as I would have wanted our girls to. And we put just enough points in the bucket when we needed them. That's a good point.
When you were going into the season, did you have an idea of who your 5 was going to be and then who's coming off the bench, or did they earn that in the first couple of weeks of practice?
Yeah, I think throughout the summer you kind of have an idea, but, throughout the first couple of weeks, you start to see personnel a little bit better and how those girls gel. We did have a girl hurt in Mallory English. She didn't play on Friday night with an injured leg, but she'll be back this weekend for Billings. So we just had to make some adjustments on AV. And I also think throughout the non-conference schedule, you're trying to figure all that out. I think we have a pretty good idea, a solid core of girls, and then just making sure we, not only the starters, but also the girls coming off the bench, that we all know rotations and we all know what expectations and roles are, so that we're the best we can be.
We're talking with Helena High girls coach Ben Dudek as he heads over to practice. Tell me about this weekend, because you're heading on the road, the first road trip in 2 years too. Let's not forget that. I mean, really, but you're getting a couple of really good teams in Billings West and Senior on the road.
Yeah, and we start with Senior on Friday night, and they have a couple of really nice players and run a really controlled 4-out 1-in offense, and they're physical, and we've already see some tape on them, and we know what West has. So yeah, it's going to be difficult, but like I've been saying, our consistent goal is to be as competitive as we can be, and I'm confident through a good week of practice that we're going to give both those teams good games.
Senior, a little bit different loss that they had as opposed to the Billings West win. Senior scored 24 points. West put up 70. Two different types of teams you're going to see too.
Oh yeah, for sure. And across the scoreboard too on the AA. It's I think we're capable of putting up more points as well. So I know that Senior had a better Saturday than Friday. We got to be prepared to not only, stop their attack, but also, again, kind of goes back to Friday, just be more efficient and effective on the offensive end for us as well. And West has a lot of experience coming back in high-level games, and we're going to have to match that intensity, but also execute in order to, again, be competitive with them.
Is it going to be a factor that these teams have played twice already? You guys just have the one game, or does that matter because it's still so early in the season?
Yeah, I don't think so. To be honest, having an extra day of practice, to fix some of those kinks is kind of nice. So we don't have, 2 games on a Friday, Saturday, and then next week the same deal. We get that extra practice in to, fix some of the things we want to fix. And, again, not only early in the season, but also it's been 2 years since, a lot of these West and East teams have played. So a lot of these, girls have grown up playing against each other and travel ball and stuff, but at the same time, that competition hasn't been seen in quite a few years, and girls get better and stronger, and their IQ gets, a little bit more complete. And I just think players evolve in those 2 years. So, I'm pretty confident, that we learned enough about ourselves Friday night to put ourselves in a position this weekend to go down there and play a couple games.
Well, we're looking forward to following you all season and checking in each week as you start. What is this, year 3 already for you?
No, just year 2.
So, yeah. COVID year
was the first year for me.
That's why it's like it just extended our lives, or maybe it didn't. I don't know, but you forget we lost an entire year basically. So I don't even know what day of the week it is, Coach.
I don't even know how old I am anymore after 2 years. So.
There you go. Hey, good luck, safe travels down there this weekend, and have some fun. Like I tell all the coaches, you can't win them all if you don't win the first one, and you're 1-0. So that's a good way to start the year.
Good point. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Coach. We'll talk to you next week.
Yep. Sounds good.
Ben Dudek joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All of our guests appear via the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle. It's your home, it's your auto, it's your life, it's your family. And Mike understands that. Get a hold of him at State Farm in Helena. Mike Miller, State Farm. Let's see. Let's do On This Day in History. It is brought to you by Mountain Nutrition, 3222 Centennial Drive. Boosted teas with metabolism booster and collagen. Unbelievable flavors. So good. And shakes as well. 21 vitamins and minerals in your shakes and your teas. They are healthy, just a couple hundred calories in the shakes. And you can try cinnamon donuts, thin mint, banana cream pie, puppy chow, brownie batter, a whole bunch of others. And they have specials, too. So get in 3222 Centennial Drive, Mountain Nutrition, right between BMC and Auto Concepts. Today is December the 15th. It is Wear Your Pearls Day. It is National Cupcake Day. It is Cat Herders Day. And it is also Bill of Rights Day. On this date in 1791, the U.S. Bill of Rights was ratified. Virginia gave its approval, becomes Amendments 1 through 10 of the U.S. Constitution, the greatest piece of paper in the world. 1925, first hockey game at Madison Square Garden. The Montreal Canadiens defeat the New York Americans 3-1. 1935, NFL Championship, University of Detroit Stadium, and the Detroit Lions beat the New York Giants 26-7. 1973, a couple of deals. Sandy Hawley becomes the first jockey to win 500 races in 1 year. And in 1973 on this date, Tennessee beat Temple in a basketball game in the NCAA. The score, 11-6. Yeah, 11-6. Happy birthday to Jack Dempsey, born on this date in 1862, the first World Middleweight Championship record holder. Bob Feller passed away on this date in 2010. 3 no-hitters for the Indians. Let's see, other deals that happened on this date. 1939, Gone with the Wind premiered in Atlanta. Still the highest grossing film of all time. Inflation, and not inflation, one of the two. But and now they're trying to cancel it. 1832, Gustave Eiffel was born, the designer and builder of the Eiffel Tower in Dijon, France. Let's see here. 1949, Don Johnson, the actor, was born. Sonny Crockett, Nash Bridges. Lady Mary Crawley, born on this date, 1981. Michelle Dockery, the actress who plays Lady Mary on Downton Abbey. Let's see. Sitting Bull passed away on this date in 1890. The Sioux chief who helped lead his people to victory at the Little Bighorn. Was killed by U.S. police on this date in 1890. Walt Disney died on this date in 1966. Real name, Walter Elias. He died of lung cancer at the age of 65. That is On This Day in History. It is brought to you by Mountain Nutrition. Check them out, Mountain Nutrition, MTN Nutrition Facebook MTN Nutrition MT on the Instagram.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off is presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. And love me some po' boy now all of a sudden. I'm a big fan of jambalaya, the pasta Zydeco, the fried catfish. They have so many great menu items to choose from. Fried pickles and barbecue pork po' boy is really good as well. Check them out on Euclid in Helena. Troy Anderson, we know how good he is. He's been awarded nearly everything. He's going to win the Buck Buchanan Award next month down in Texas. But he is going to play in a couple of all-star games. He's accepted an invitation to the Reese's Senior Bowl. That was announced today. And he's also going to play in the East-West Shrine game. But scheduled for February 5th, which is 2 days after the Shrine game, is the Reese's Senior Bowl. And that'll be played in Mobile, Alabama, and broadcast on the NFL Network. And that's awesome. Let's see, he's tied for 5th in the FCS right now with 130 total tackles, 13 tackles for loss, a couple of sacks, a couple of interceptions, a pick six. Like I said, the first-team All-America, Big Sky Defensive Player of the Year, National Football Foundation Scholar Athlete, and he should win the Buck Buchanan Award next month. So there you go. Love it. Hey, we had a fun show today. Hope you did too. Thanks to Alex Eschelman, Ben Dudek for joining us. Tomorrow we'll talk to Ty Ridgway, East Helena boys coach. Teddy Vogel will talk about Chase Hawks. Rough Stock Rodeo coming up on Saturday night down in Billings. Hope you enjoyed today. If you missed anything, you can go to jasonwalkershow.com. That's where we put every show. And we hope to see you back here tomorrow. 4 o'clock, The Jason Walker Show. We are presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle, it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Walk Off is always presented by Cafe Zydeco, and we'll see you tomorrow.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.